58 link clicks, 5 streams. In this video, I'm going to talk about the difference between using traffic campaigns and conversion campaigns to promote your music on Spotify. Back in early 2020, when I first started talking about Facebook ads to promote your music on this channel, I was actually using link click campaigns to send people to my music on Spotify. And it worked great for a couple songs, and then all of a sudden it stopped working. And that's when I switched to conversion campaigns. And I've used conversion campaigns to get millions of streams of my music since. And they're still working great for me. So first, let me talk about what the difference actually is. Well, traffic campaigns, you're essentially sending people directly to your Spotify. You can't put a pixel on your Spotify, so you can't track it. All you're tracking is when people click your ad, and then you hope they make it to Spotify. And if it works, that's cool. The problem is that very often it doesn't. You'll get like 1,000 link clicks for like a penny or 2 or 10 cents or whatever, and then you'll go on Spotify and you'll have almost nothing to show for it. Now, I'm going to show you some new results on a traffic campaign in this video, but now let's talk about what a conversion campaign is, just in case you're new here. So a conversion campaign usually revolves when people click your ad, they get sent to a page like this, and then they choose their service, and then this will fire a conversion event that Facebook will track. And the reason why you do this is because it typically weeds out bots and accidental clickers. You get much higher quality people on Spotify, and everything is hunky-dory. You can also promote multiple music services at the same time, so there's other benefits to it as well. Also deep linking, but I'm not going to cover that. So some people have been saying that recently their conversions haven't been working as good as they used to. And I have seen some people where that's been the case, but like the vast majority of people I've talked to, it's been pretty much the same nowadays as it was like 6 months ago, a year and a half ago. Because I do a lot of consultation calls with artists, and generally it's the same. Like once you weed out song to song differences, once you weed out like the missed conversions that show up on Facebook, things are generally the same as they were a year ago. In most cases, I have seen weird cases where sometimes things are just arbitrarily expensive and then we have to do tweaks. But I want to show you like this here. This is one of my most recent conversion campaigns. So if you're not familiar with this data, basically, this is the number of conversions, people who landed on the page and click the button. It's a different song than the link I just showed, but it had 25 cents per conversion, and like it caused this data, almost 20,000 streams, 9,000 listeners, 1,500 saves. It got a release radar push. It's starting to get on Discover Weekly. But the cool thing is, once you factor in like all the missed conversions, like Facebook thinks we have 2,279. In reality, we have 3,036. I'm actually only paying 19 cents per conversion. So once you factor that in, this is one of my best conversion campaigns ever. Under 20 cents per conversion is phenomenal. So if you're getting like 19 cents per conversion, I think this is my top 3 best conversion campaign ever for the past 2 years. So for me, conversion campaigns are still working great. Now, that's not to say that they're always great. Like once, like for example, I dropped a new song yesterday, or today, actually, today's Friday. And so far, it's more expensive than this first one. Like in tier 2, it's 57 cents. In tier 1, it's 82 cents. But it's a new campaign. Like this kind of stuff is normal when you launch a new campaign before you start optimizing stuff. Like even if I click inside of tier 2, actually these 2 ad sets are pretty much the same. If I look inside this bands one, we're going to see a big difference in price across different ads. And so I have a 33-cent ad, so Facebook will eventually start prioritizing that. And I can start turning off, but Facebook will probably just stop allocating budget to these more expensive ones once they get enough data to test it. So even this campaign is going, decent. So now let's talk about the story with traffic link click campaigns. So I ran a test of a separate project from anything else that I have. So like a side project that gets very little streaming data because I wanted it to be as fair as possible, or as obvious as possible is more like it. So I have this side project called Lo-Fi Wi-Fi, just lo-fi beats, and it only gets 830 monthly listeners, only has 375 followers, so not too much occurring on this profile. And what I wanted to do is promote a song that wasn't even like the best song in this project. It only got 185 streams and 117 listeners and 2 saves in the past month. So this song, I thought it'd be pretty obvious, right? The song only gets like 3 to 7 streams per day. It should be obvious if I spend $25 on a link click campaign if anything happens. Now, this day, Thursday, March 24th, I spent $25 in marketing for traffic campaigns. And I can go through the data here, and I'll show you the campaign setup because I'm going to be trying more stuff because I want to see if I can get something to work. But this data is just March 24th. So there were 58 link clicks. I'm only doing tier 1 countries, only targeting Instagram. It got 44 cents per click. So right off the bat, it's essentially just as expensive as a conversion campaign. Now, obviously, different songs are different, different performances, different videos, stuff like that. But like in this campaign, 46 cents for tier 1, and this brand new one, 82 cents. But the reality is that once you factor in missed conversions on my landing page that Facebook doesn't see, both of these numbers are lower than they show here. So to pay 44 cents for a link click campaign in tier 1 countries, it's kind of bad, like compared to conversions. Now the thing is, like 58 link clicks, 5 streams. And so like I looked at the profile level to see like, well, maybe people listen to other songs for whatever reason. No noticeable increase in listeners. In fact, it went down. I mean, things naturally go down, so that's not a big deal. But streams, same story. Now followers, for some reason, this project has been gaining followers. Like the ad only ran on this day, so I gained 1 follower that day. But considering the past few days it's been growing in followers anyways, I don't think that's from the ad. But let's just say we gained 1 follower from the ad. It seems like generally the link click campaign did absolutely nothing. So let me show you how I set this up so that you kind of know what the premise was. So it's just a traffic campaign, $25 a day. I'm targeting just tier 1 countries, which are the most reliable, safe countries, 18 to 40. I'm doing people who are interested in Spotify narrowed by lo-fi music, and I'm excluding Apple Music because I want to make sure they have Spotify. And I'm only running on Instagram Feed, Instagram Explorer, and Instagram Stories, which are generally the safest placements. Usually in my conversion campaigns, I use Facebook Feed as well, and video feeds, and these other 2 story placements. They work great. Like from 58 link clicks, I would have expected at least 25 new streams on the song. More likely like 60 to 80 streams on the song. So what I'm doing here going forward is I already have another campaign going where I'm stripping back even more of these countries, because it seemed like when I ran this, almost all of the budget got allocated to Spain, had most of the clicks. So I'm taking out Spain and a few other countries to narrow down the list of countries even more to see if that improves the performance. And so that will be a follow-up video to this video. And I want to point out, this isn't the only link click campaign I tried. I tried a few going to my main Andrew Southworth music, and there was 0 correlation between link clicks and streams. Like I looked, and one of them got like most of the clicks in Canada, and I looked at my graph just for Canada on the song, and it was like no correlation to it. And so I've done a few of these tests as well, and it seems like in general, like my advice right now is don't use link click campaigns unless you've tried out some method and you know that it's working. But it still seems to be just as unreliable as it ever has been. So if you want to see the details of how I set up that awesome conversion campaign that I showed you can check out that video right here. And if you want to check out my core Spotify growth machine, where I show everything I know about how to run Facebook ads, Smart Your Music, and Spotify, you can check that out right here. If I figure out a working thing with link click campaigns, it'll end up in that course. Right now, it's conversion focused. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next video. Bye.